Detail Bit Academy. Today in this video, let's look at some of the important bits for ECET, and the topic is circuit theory. First question is, what does Thevenin's theorem helps to simplify in electrical circuits? Option A, complex circuit into the single voltage source and resistance. B, inductive circuits into purely resistive circuits. C, circuits with capacitors only. D, a parallel circuit into a series circuit. Pause the video and try the answer. The correct answer is A, complex circuit into a single voltage source and resistance. Reason, Thevenin theorem states that any linear bilateral circuit with the active sources can be replaced by a single equivalent voltage source in series with the equivalent resistance at the terminals. This simplifies the circuit analysis. Second question, the maximum power transfer theorem states that maximum power is delivered to the load when option A, load resistance equal to the source resistance. Load resistance is greater than the source resistance. C, load resistance is less than the source resistance. D, load resistance equals 0. Pause the video and try the answer. The correct answer is A, load resistance equals the source resistance. Reason, maximum power is transferred to the load when the load resistance matches the internal resistance of the source, as this condition maximizes the power equation P is equal to V squared by 4RP. Third question, what is the principle behind the superposition theorem? A, the total response is the sum of the individual responses from each independent source. B, the total response is the product of all responses. C, only the voltage sources are considered, ignoring the current sources. D, it applies only to the AC circuit. Pause the video and try the answer. The correct answer is A, the total response is the sum of individual responses from each independent source. Reason, the superposition theorem states that in a linear circuit with multiple independent sources, the total current and voltage at any point is the algebraic sum of the contribution from each source, considering one source at a time with all other turned off. Fourth question, what does the reciprocity theorem states in electrical circuits? A, voltage and current sources can be interchanged without affecting the circuit responses. B, transfer of the current or voltages between 2 points remains unchanged if the input and output are interchanged. C, the source impedance equals the load impedance from maximum power transfer. D, Thevenin's and Norton's equivalents are identical. Pause the video and try the answer. And the answer is B, the transfer of the current or voltage between 2 points remains unchanged if the input and output are interchanged. Reason, the reciprocity theorem is valid for linear bilateral networks and shows that if a current is produced by a voltage source at one point, the same voltage source will be produce the same current if the positions of the source and loads are interchanged. Fifth question, Thevenin's theorem is applicable to which type of circuits? A, non-linear circuits only. B, linear and bilateral circuits. C, AC circuits. D, DC circuits. Pause the video and try the answer. And the correct answer is B, linear and bilateral circuits. Reason, Thevenin's theorem simplifies the analysis of the linear and bilateral circuits by replacing the network with an equal voltage and resistance valid for both AC and DC systems. Sixth question, according to the maximum power transfer theorem, if a source resistance is 10 ohms, the load resistance for the maximum power transfer should be A, 5 ohms, B, 10 ohms, C, 20 ohms, D, infinite. Pause the video and try the answer. Correct answer is B, 10 ohms. Reason, for maximum power transfer, the load resistance must equal the source resistance, that is RL equal to RS. Hence, the load resistance should be 10 ohms. Seventh question, what happens to source in the superposition theorem while analyzing one independent source? A, they are turned off and replaced with other internal resistance. B, they are removed entirely from the circuit. C, they are replaced with one circuit. D, they remain active. Pause the video and try the answer. The correct answer is they are turned off and replaced with their internal resistance. Reason, in the superposition theorem, current sources are replaced with open circuits and voltage sources with short circuit when analyzing a single sources. Eighth question. Which theorem is particularly useful for analyzing the power systems? A. Superposition theorem. B. Maximum power transfer theorem. C. Thevenin's theorem. D. Reciprocity theorem. Pause the video and try the answer. Correct answer is C. Thevenin's theorem. Reason: the Thevenin theorem simplifies large complex power systems by reducing them to equivalent source and impedance, making the calculations manageable. Ninth question. According to the reciprocity theorem, if a current of 2 amps flows through a resistor due to the voltage of 10 volts applied across it, reversing the position of the voltages and resistor will result in a circuit of 2 amps, 1 amp, 5 amps, 10 amps. Pause the video and try the answer. And the correct answer is A. 2 amps. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.